And welcome to the Crafty Diamond. I am Debbie. Thanks so much for stopping by today. Today is my weekly WIP and Chat, and if you are not familiar with what a WIP and Chat is, that is a work in progress. I am going to be working on this really cute diamond painting. I have been working on this one off and on since June, and I only have one row and a half of a row left. So I'm hoping to get this finished. I would love to have it finished by the end of next week, but I've been really busy. I am also working on other diamond paintings. I'm trying to scoot my chair up. And I've just been kind of going back and forth on diamond paintings, working on one and going back and working on another one. But I would love to get this one finished, get this one put in my logbook and completely marked off. And that way I will have one less WIP. This one is a square. It's the only square that I am working on right now currently. So I really need to start thinking in the next week or so what other square that I would like to kit up. Now I am working on my cross stitch conversion. That is a square, but I am just referring to a normal typical diamond painting. If I do another one, I want to add something small, but I also want to work on Miss Tittles, and I've gotten so many comments on her that everyone is excited. They really love Cheryl Baker. They want to see what the one with the diamond art has done with that rendering. I did unbox it, so if you have missed that unboxing, I will put that in the top of the eye. I will also try to put it underneath the description so you will be able to easily find it. But it is so cute, and I could not think of what the diamond painting reminded me of, and I had voted for that one several times on another website, and I just kept thinking, just racking my brain. I thought, I know this has something to do with my childhood. And I kept thinking back to books, and it just did not hit me. And then one of my lovely subs says, "This reminds me of Beatrix Potter." I'm like, oh yeah, that's it. That's exactly what I was thinking, and it just slipped my mind. So I am looking forward to that one, to kitting it up. So you'll be seeing that probably in the next week or two. Maybe next week even, because if I know if I get that one up, I'm going to want to start on it. It is a large one. I do have other canvases I need to get done as well before I start on another large one, but I can at least go ahead and kit it up and have it ready, because I should have within the next couple of weeks or so, maybe 2.5 weeks, I am hoping to have my calming canvas design one completed, and that one is absolutely stunning. I am going to put that in my craft room. I don't know how I'm going to frame it yet, if I'm going to frame it, or I don't know if it's too large to go and have it dry mounted. I don't even know if our Hobby Lobby does that here. I haven't asked them, but I may go ahead and do that first and then decide what I'm going to do afterwards. But that one, the more that I work on it, the more I'm in love with it. And it's so much fun to do, even all of the crazy, crazy confetti. With this particular canvas that I'm working on today, Bubble Girl, and this is from Bella Art Diamonds. This one has been a lot of fun. It has its moments, though, where it is just loaded and line blocking, but then I'll turn right around and I get to her hair, and her hair is just crazy, crazy confetti, and it takes me forever to finish a strand of her hair. Now, I like confetti, don't get me wrong, I actually love confetti canvases, but I'm not so sure if this one really needed all of the confetti that's in her hair to make it look any different. I mean, I have no idea, but that has slowed me down quite a bit when I do get to it, but she's really cute. So I am looking forward to doing a post review on this one and then a kit down soon. I'm not sure how many drills that I'm going to have left because I am running low. I'm getting a little nervous on some of these. I haven't even looked to see if I have any spares in my storage on some of the colors, but what I've seen in the past with Bella Art is that they don't play when it comes to extra drills. Somehow their supplier knows how many drills that you need, and they give you a little more than you need, is what I have found in other canvases. Because on my last one of theirs, I was getting so low on about 4 colors. I never ran out, but I was starting to sweat it a little bit because I didn't have any of those. I checked and I didn't have any. So I was a little concerned about that. And I know too that if I run out, all I have to do is call Nicole, or actually text Nicole or text Jamie, and I know that they will send them to me. I hate to do that, and especially just for a handful of drills. And so far I'm good with this one. So hopefully with just the bottom section of this canvas to go, I will not have any problems. But how are you guys? Let me know. I always like to ask you close to the beginning of my WIP chats because I feel like I am now talking to friends. I have been doing this on my channel for almost 3 years. The end of February, it will be 3 years that I started my channel, and then I started a WIP and chat a month or 2 after that. So that's been a lot of fun to do. I love my WIP and chats. I always look forward to these, and it makes it really nice because I know what I'm going to be doing for my Tuesday diamond painting session. So that works out really well. I like it that you guys, respond. You tell me that what you're doing while I was diamond painting. So I feel like I'm diamond painting with friends, and I'm not just sitting here talking to myself like a crazy lady, but as what my husband calls me sometimes when he'll come down and he'll say, well, I thought I heard you talking to yourself. No, I was doing a video until you came down, and then I had to turn it off and I'll have to restart. But he just laughs, and Paige does the same thing. Yeah, Mom must be doing a video, either that or she's talking to herself. And so they just kind of let it go and they stay upstairs. But let me know how you guys, if you're doing well, what you are working on. Do you have any plans for August in the way of diamond painting? I mean, this is already August the 12th, which is absolutely crazy to me. We start back in session at school on Monday, the 19th, and I have 1 week that I can kind of just relax, do my thing at home, and then I have to go to the office. I'm probably going to have to go on campus this week. More than likely, I will go on Thursday when Paige and I are going to go and run some errands. I've got some forms that I have to fill out that won't take 15-20 minutes, but the forms have to be completed on campus. You can't do them at home, even though it's online, but they have it to where you have to be on the campus network. So I will have to go in and do that really quickly, and then I don't have to do anything else on campus until next week. Next week is going to be busy. Always the first of the fall semesters, it's always busy because we have a lot of new students, a lot of students who have graduated high school, and they're not familiar with college. They only know high school and their teachers telling them what they need to do. A lot of hand holding oftentimes in high schools now that we have noticed, and it's just different. So when we have our high schoolers that just graduated in May, it takes a little bit more time for them to get acclimated. So it does take longer to get everything going for the fall, but I think that will be okay. And my classes are, for the most part, they are set up. I need to go in. I've got to do some videos for class. That will take about 10-15 minutes for class. It's not going to take very long. So this week won't be that bad. Just doing a lot of catch up and to get all my classes finished setting up. I have to have all the assignments done and dated and all that good stuff. I already have gotten all my exams done, so they are under lock and key, literally. But I think it's going to be a good, productive semester. I like the classes that I'm going to be teaching, but I'm not ready for summer to end. I'm ready for the fall, but I'm ready for fall weather. But with the fall comes fall classes, so I have to take all of it together, I guess. But we've had some really good days here in Georgia. It has not been horribly hot. In the late evenings and early mornings, it has been in the 60s. So it's been really nice just waking up. I've been drinking my coffee outside and reading a book. And so that has been just super nice. And hopefully we will start to see more fall weather and some of this heat wave just dissipates, because it has been a pretty hot summer. But usually it doesn't start cooling off this soon. We are going to have more hot weather, but I'm kind of worried now that the winter might be bad, because we usually don't start seeing all of this soon. Our allergies have been kicking up too, and that's also very early. So we'll just have to wait and see. Paige has severe allergies, so I have to make sure that she's taking her allergy meds and she's getting ready for all of the blooms, to start falling from the trees and all of our bushes and everything. So she doesn't get out very much this time of year. Mainly if she just has to go shopping or she has to go to work is when she'll get out, but she doesn't sit outside, not like we do, just because her allergies are the pits. They've always been just super bad, but it seems like as she's gotten older, they've gotten worse instead of better. But she is still working. She still loves her job. She likes getting paid. We all do, but she loves her extra money that she has. This past week, we really didn't do very much, but I'll tell you, the week just flew by. For starters, with me getting home, or Paige and I getting home so late early last Monday because of our flight mishaps, it's like I missed a whole day. I was off all day, or all week last week, because Monday was pretty much a blur. We were traveling all day on Monday, or we were sitting in the airport, and it was just crazy. My husband was super busy at work, so he was kind of messed up with his days too. But then it just started going by really fast. I did a lot of catch up that needed to be done since I was on vacation. That took a long time to go through emails and things like that. So I got all of that done. I was able to diamond paint some, and I did work quite a bit on my cross stitch conversion. So I am real excited about that. I am almost at the 45% mark, and that just seems to me that tells me that you're getting closer, but something about the halfway mark just always makes me so happy. And especially on this cross stitch conversion, it's been laying around just too long. and I have to have the motivation to want to do it. I enjoy doing it, but it has just been so pixelated that I hadn't been real happy with it. But the sections I've been working on this past week, it is looking so much better, and I am going faster with it, so I'm much happier with it. And I spent quite a bit of time trying to get some of it done. I thought about doing that one today with you guys, but it's still really hard to try to talk and try to go through my diamond painting conversion, which, I can do it, but I'm really slow and I have to stop and count, and then I like to go in and edit all of that. So that just takes a lot longer, and it's not as much fun, I don't think, for you guys to see that, for those of you that like to watch. So I just decided, let's just go ahead and get Bubble Girl out. And this may be the last time that you see her, unless you see her one more time next week. I'm not really sure. But I am just trucking along with diamond painting, trying to get something accomplished. Doing pretty well on that, actually. I have been working in my craft room. That's another story that we'll have to get into. But yesterday we went to a Mexican restaurant. We asked Paige where she wanted to go. Saturday was her birthday, so she turned 23. And we asked her, where do you want to go? What restaurant do you want? Her dad was taking her to her favorite restaurant. And so because of that, I thought, well, there's no point in us taking her to, because, she doesn't want to go to the same restaurant twice. Well, she might, but I said, I'm not going to do that. And so I asked her, so what other restaurant would you like to go to? And I was surprised, but she said Mexican, that she wanted to go to this little Mexican restaurant that we really like. And so we were up for that. And my husband never does these kind of things, but he told our waiter that Saturday was Paige's birthday. We went on Sunday since she went with her dad Saturday for lunch. We knew that she would not be hungry and want to eat out twice in one day. So we asked her if that was okay, and she was fine about having her actual birthday dinner on Sunday, the day after her birthday. And so my husband told the waiter towards the end, he said, well, I just want to let you know it was her birthday yesterday, and that's why we're here. And so we didn't think anything of it. And they came out with a sombrero, and they all sang happy birthday to her and gave her some kind of a Mexican dessert, and it was really good. And she wasn't even embarrassed. I thought she would be really embarrassed and that she would not be happy because Dave did that, but she was fine with it. She was laughing, and we took a bunch of pictures. It caught her off guard, which is a good thing, because if she knew about it, then she wouldn't be smiling, and she'd have this weird look on her face like she does if she knows she's getting her photo taken. So we do have that. Thought that was a lot of fun. And after we ate, we left, we came back, but we spent all Sunday afternoon looking at houses in a location that's about an hour or so away from here, 45 minutes to an hour. And we have been talking for a long time that we want to eventually move to North Georgia mountains. And my husband just can't really commit to that right now, because the job that would allow him to work in the North Georgia mountains, and that would be perfect location, it's not confirmed yet of when that's going to happen. We know that it's going to. We just don't know if it's going to be the middle of next year, if it's going to be next month. We're just going month to month on this. So my husband and I have been talking, and I told him, I said, why don't we just go ahead and try to sell the house, and then we'll just go and stay in a rental house and that will give us time to look for another house. We won't have to rush. We won't have two mortgages that we have to worry about. Yeah, we'll have to pay for rental, and rental is going to be more than what we're paying for our house, but we're not going to have two payments. We'll just have the one payment, and so that would be a lot better. And we've been going back and forth on this, and so I think that we have pretty much decided that's what we're going to do. And we looked about 3 weeks ago or so, and the rentals were very expensive. We cannot get an apartment. We has to be a house because we have so much stuff. We also have Molly. Molly is used to a yard, and she would not be happy being cooped up in an apartment. And I think I'm just too old to live in an apartment. I don't know if I could do that again. And so we found a couple of places when we were looking yesterday. One was brand new, and it was super nice. It's pretty much a zero lot line, but the entire subdivision, or the complex, I guess, was all rentals by a company, and it was very nice, and we almost considered that one, but it's just a little bit too far out for my husband to have to drive every day until he gets the other position, and it'd be a little bit further for me too. And then they did not have any gas appliances at all. It was all electric, which would be okay, except they did not have central heat. They had a heat pump. And I rented a house years ago after I had gotten my divorce, and they had a heat pump. And I was miserable in that house all winter. I could not keep the heat up high enough where it would keep the house warm. We were all freezing. My kids are both hot-natured, and they were even cold. And the heat pumps are just not something that I want to deal with. I don't think that the house would have really good insulation because when it was built strictly for a rental. And I worked in construction, home building many, many years. I know how that works. And so I was telling my husband, I'm like, I don't think I want to go with that, even though I love the house. And then they also had a wrought iron fence, and it was like 3-foot fence. And Molly doesn't usually jump over the fence. She's good about minding us. But I told my husband, if there's a kid next door, or if there's, somebody that, really wants to play with her, she likes them, and they may call her over to the fence, she may try to jump it. Or she may realize, oh, well, so-and-so lives there, I want to go play, and she may try to jump the fence trying to go find them. And so it's just not a good idea. And then besides that, with it being a zero lot line, there were no trees or anything. And so we could look in the backyard of this one house that we were looking at, and we could see all the way down the street in the backyard. And we love to sit outside, and I just don't think that I would really feel comfortable sitting outside. My neighbors could see everything that we're doing, could hear what we're saying. And so we decided, I don't think, even though that would be a really nice place for us, I don't think that's going to be what we want. So we are still looking, and we may end up changing our mind again. We don't really like the idea of renting, but I don't want to go and do what we did last time where we had a house payment. We had 2 house payments for about 3.5 months until our other house sold. And I just really don't want to have to do that again. I don't want to have to keep going back and forth and checking on the house. I don't know how long it's going to take to sell, kind of thing. It could sell immediately. It could take a very long time to sell. So we just pretty much decided, okay, we're not going to do that again. And my husband asked me he said, you need to go and look at your craft room and work on it, see what you can do, what you want to put in storage if it comes to that, because we're not going to have a basement in any place that we look. We have been looking and looking. If they have a basement, they don't have a fence. We have to have a fence because of Molly. And for those of you that are new, Molly is our collie, and she loves it outside. There's no way that we could have a house without her being able to go outside, because that's not fair to her. And I don't want to do that to her. I don't want to do that to us, because she'll want to go out all the time and we'll have to walk her, or she'll cry and not understand. And so we have to have a fence. But if we were talking about getting a 4-bedroom house, and that way Paige and I can have, one of the rooms can have books, because Paige has a lot of books, and then also have some of my crafting things, and another room will just be for diamond painting. And then the house that we may end up considering, we're thinking about it very hard, is they have a dining room and they also have an eat-in kitchen. So I thought that would be really good. We can just have our table, eat-in kitchen, not have our dining room table. And that way, that will give us space to where Paige could have that as a little mini library, put her books there. And then that would save the other room. And then the house also has a office, or you can use it for whatever you want to, in the front of the house. And so my husband's going to use that for an office, but we're also going to be able to put some books and things in there if we need to. I need to go through all of my books. I have a lot of books that I haven't read yet that are book of the month. I paid for them, so I definitely want to read them. I'm thinking we're going to have storage. So I'm thinking with that, I will just put my books in storage, maybe leave 5 books out at a time, and then go to storage, get more books, and then swap out the ones that I have in the house, but I don't know yet. But the main thing is he has so many tools and things, and we have a building. We're not going to have that. And it will only be for like 6 months tops. We're going to get a short-term lease. And then that way we can start looking for a house in the mountains once this house sells, if we want to, or once we're able to move to the mountains. It just depends. There is a co-worker of my husband's that is out right now on sick leave. And he has said that when he comes back, he's going to work until the end of this year, and then work one day next year, and then tell them that he's retiring and that he wants to take his vacation and just take it out as pay instead of him staying at home and getting paid. But then he could turn around and say, oh, well, I feel great after I've been at home because on leave. So we don't know. We don't want to take that chance, and then I don't know what we would do, because it would be really difficult for my husband to have to drive that far. So we're just kind of waiting and seeing, but we thought if we could just rent, that way we would not have to worry about the house. And we can do 2 mortgages. We've done it before, twice. But I really don't want to do that again. I prefer not to. This house will be further away than the other house. I do not want to be in the house when we're trying to sell it. It's just too hard because of the animals. And then we have Paige, so we have to deal with having to get her out of the house and things. And with my schedule, we couldn't have someone come in when I'm not home. If it was just her, she wouldn't be able to just leave with the animals until they left. So it just becomes more of a problem. But I'm excited about what we're going to do. We knew when we got this house we weren't going to be here long. We did it mainly so Paige could finish her program that she was in. We had to stay in the county that we were in order for her to go to the program. And so that's what we did. I really need to add a glue dot or some putty or wax to my pen. It is barely hanging on. I do have some more here I can do. I'm probably going to have to add some more. I don't want to, because then I'll have to fight it, but it's gotten to where it's not picking the drills up very well, and it's taking me longer to do this, so that's kind of silly. But if I do that, then I will have to go through, I will have to fight the drills on camera. But if I need to, I need to. I've been using this pen for a long time, pretty much for the past several days, and I have not changed out. I had wax in here. I was using WIP wax from Anxiety Art Adventures, and it has lasted a very long time. And then in my multi-placer, I am using Patsy Putty, and that is the new putty that I opened with you guys, and I can put that in the link as well. And if you missed that video, make sure that you're subscribed to my channel, and that way you will not miss any of the videos that I post. I do try to post them about the same time every week, in the same days, but it doesn't always happen, especially lately. It just has not happened to where I can post the same time every week. Sorry, I was being called by Paige. She came downstairs and didn't know that I was doing a video. She was asking me some questions. We have to go to the store later today, and she was asking me a couple of things. It is late in the afternoon on Monday. I do like to record all my videos early in the morning, but this morning I started working and just got really busy into it, and I did not finish until lunch. And I thought, I am really motivated today, and I need to get this done before I do anything else. I want to get it finished, what I was working on. And so now I'm trying to just finally get to sit down, diamond paint a little bit with you guys, and then we'll go to the store, and then I'll have to come back and I'll have to grade some more papers, and that is for my other class where I teach. I never have any time off with that one, but it's not really bad. It's one class, and it's also a mentorship, so some weeks are heavier than others, and this one just so happens to be a very heavy week with them. But I got most of it done, and it's due tonight, so I want to get that out of the way. And that way I can have time to diamond paint tomorrow. I'm hoping to have all my classes set up and done by the end of the day on Wednesday, and so that way I can have Thursday. I'm going to go on campus for just a little bit, and then after that I will be able to just diamond paint the rest of Friday, hopefully, after I take Paige to work. I don't know this weekend if he wants to go and look at the house. We pretty much narrowed it down to, we'll see. It is smaller than the house that we're in now, our home. I've been telling my husband for a long time that I want to downsize, and so we were looking at this house yesterday, and he's like, now's your time. You say you want to downsize. Let's see how well you can do this. So we'll see how well I can do this. I'm not sure. Mainly, I don't have a lot of knickknacks and things like that. I just don't really care for that. I do have a lot of candles and Scentsy warmers. But my main thing is just my craft room. It really needs an overhaul between my diamond painting and making cards. And then I have a lot a scrapbook thing that I still have. I haven't scrapbooked in years. And so I was telling my husband, I think I'm just going to go ahead and just bite the bullet, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to donate a lot of things. I don't want to have to sell it. I wouldn't get much for albums or anything, but I don't enjoy it anymore. When I sit down to even think about, oh, I'm going to have to do memory planning for my family, even though it is a lot different than it used to be. It is not your typical scrapbooking like I used to do. I'm just not into it anymore, and so I just have so many things that I hadn't used in at least 10 years, but it's still good because I can just go buy it because honestly, I do not see that happening to where I'm going to want any of that stuff. I don't see it. And again, if I need something, I can just order it, or I can just go ahead and use something else. So what I do use on a regular basis, or even if I use it once or twice a year, then yeah, I'm going to keep it. But if it's something like albums, I have a bunch of albums that they're new, but I'm not going to make albums anymore. So that is something that can go. There's a lot of stickers that I have that I don't use stickers anymore. I don't use that when I make cards. I do have a happy planner. I love, love, love my happy planner. I am a planner girl, but I don't decorate my planner. I don't go through and put all the cutesy things on there. I did for a while. I don't have time for that. I just don't have time to worry about all of that. And then at the end of the year, I don't really keep my planners. I'll keep my work planner for a short time just so I can look at dates, but I don't keep my personal planner. And so it's like, why would I want to spend all that time for a planner and then I'm not going to use it? But then my husband said, when I was telling him that, he was like, yeah, but you diamond paint, you don't use that either. I'm like, yeah, you got a point there. I keep them, but I don't hang up my diamond paintings. I very rarely do that. I have a couple that I absolutely adore and that I do. But other than that, they just go in a portfolio, or I put them on the side in the spare bedroom. But that's different because it does serve a purpose. Whereas I don't think that for me, that using stickers and all the fun things for a planner, I just don't think that that is something that I need to do. I know a lot of people like to do that. I'm not throwing out any shade or anything like that for anybody because it is fun, but I don't have time to be able to do other things that I enjoy doing and adding that as part of it. I like to Bible journal. I like to scripture journal. I like to make cards. I like to overall journal about my day. And I cannot do all of that if I am decorating a planner because it won't be like a 5-minute, slap, 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 you're done. It will take me a long time to decide, what do I want to do for the format? What do I want this to look like? What do I need for the week? And by the time I do all of that, it'll just be, no, I've spent too much time. So I may end up giving the stickers away, that kind of thing. I've got some stamps that's for planning. I know I'm not going to use those. So I may go ahead and do some of that, especially if we end up going forward and trying to sell this house. I will need to go through all of this. I've been needing to for a while anyway. I do have some scrapbook albums. I have duplicates of some of the pages. I was a consultant for a scrapbook company and demonstrator back in the day, and so I have a lot of pages that I duplicated when I was doing parties and stuff. So I need to go through and see which ones are duplicated. I also had this crazy, crazy idea whenever I had Maddie. Oh, well, I'm going to make 3 albums, and they're going to be duplicate albums, and I'm going to do this for my daughter. And then Paige came along 3 years later, and I'm like, oh no, I don't even have time to do 1 album. There's no way I can do duplicates and do 3 of these. And that was before digital really started up, heavy with digital. So I have some of those that are duplicates, and I just need to start going through, maybe spending a couple of hours each week, or just do on the weekends, and starting on 1 album and just putting them all to the side and comparing and see what I have, and then make the kids their books, and then I can just put those up, and it'll be a lot better than the 15 or 20 albums that I have on a bookshelf, and some of them are even on a table because I had no place to put them. So it's just stuff that I really need to do, and I thought, well, I'll just put that off until I retire. It's going to be a while before I retire. I'm not close yet. I mean, yeah, I'm getting older, but I'm just not close to retiring. I am not going to be a stay-at-home mom, which again, if I could be a stay-at-home mom, I wouldn't think twice about it. I would do it. I'd probably be bored because I'm used to having to work, and I work hard. But with Paige, I've never been able to be a stay-at-home mom because I have to make sure that she has everything that she needs, that we're saving up. And I was able to work from home when she was younger, which made it so nice. So for you young mothers out there, I feel for you because I have been there, and I know it is difficult trying to find out what you're going to do if you're having to work. I don't know where I came up with that. I don't know how I got on this tangent, but I can just follow a crumb and then no telling where it's going to end up. And that's how I do sometimes on my WIP and chats. So I hope that you guys don't mind about that. Let's see, I'm going to do the and sign. It's a beautiful day, but it's kind of overcast, and my room is in the basement, and so I don't get as much light. I hate using natural light during the day or having to turn my overheads on. I prefer the natural light because it does leave a shadow sometimes, and especially if I am using my light pad. So when we do move, I will not be in a basement because we will not have a house with a basement, which I think I will miss it. I know I'll miss my room. I have a really nice room. Just the fact that it's mine, all my things are down here. I can have it as messy as I want to or as clean as I want to. I can have stuff out, laying around. Nobody's going to bother it. But I don't have young kids around the house either. My animals don't bother anything. But it's been quite different because Molly, she'll be 4 on her birthday next month. And that's just really hard to believe that she will be 4. Or will she be? Yeah, she'll be 4. And that just kind of blows my mind. But she's always been in our basement. We have her crate in our basement. Zoe was always with her. She was always happy in the basement because it was her and Zoe. Zoe didn't do well in the house because when we got Zoe as a puppy, Madison had a fit, wanted her to stay in the room with her, and so I let Zoe do that. Well, Madison was really bad about not wanting to wake up and take her out, and Zoe would be in Madison's room, And Madison would tell me, yeah, I took her out. Well, she didn't. And if there was something in the floor, then Zoe would tend to wet on it. And then she started doing the carpet, and I'm like, nope, we're done with this. And so she was in the basement, and when we got Molly, Molly was a barn dog. She lived in the barn when she was a puppy, and so she likes it. She thinks she's still in the barn. And now we are taking her upstairs, and she is doing a lot better than she first did. I was kind of concerned because I cannot come downstairs and just stay in the basement all the time with her. I don't want her downstairs in the basement by herself all the time, and she seemed to be okay. But she's so much happier now because she's been so sad because of Zoe. And she's a lot happier now that she's going upstairs. But she still likes to sleep in the basement in her crate, pitch darkness. So if we move, I don't know what I'm going to do. There is an area of this one house that we could put her crate and just have her sleeping there and not sleeping with us because she likes to be by herself. She wants it to be quiet. And hopefully we're not going to have a problem with her. They do have a dog park in the city that we're talking about moving to, so that will be nice. She loves other dogs, and the yard's kind of small. It's smaller than what we have here, a little bit smaller than what we have here, so she will not be able to run as much as she does here. But at least she will have a yard. Let's see. Today is probably going to be a little bit of a shorter whip and chat than what I normally do, because since I was running out of time trying to get other things done today, I want to make sure this gets out. I also want to go ahead and record both of my videos that are going out for this week. I'd like to get that done today as well, and then that way I can concentrate on my work, and then once all of that's done, I can concentrate on diamond painting, or I can work in my craft room. I do have a lot of diamond paintings, but I like them all. And so I was telling my husband, and he's like, don't get rid of them or anything. He said, I can figure out, he said, I've already figured out how I'm going to do it. And he said, you've already, bought them. You've gotten a lot of them as PRs. And he said, you like them, and so keep them. Don't worry about it. And I told him, I said, as many as I have, though, I am never going to get all of my diamond paintings done. There's no way. And I said, I will be on my deathbed trying to get my diamond paintings out. And so he said, well, who cares? You still have them. You can shop from your stash. And that's what I've been doing, is shopping for my stash for the most part. And that's been fun, getting to go and look. I've got so many diamond paintings, a lot of them I've kind of forgotten about, some of the older ones. Yeah, I have them on a spreadsheet. And the ones I've unboxed, I have taken out the schematic or the inventory sheet, and I have those in binders. So all I gotta do is just go through there, look, and see what I would like to work on. But it's not the same when you just go and pull the box. So I am looking forward to deciding what I'm going to work on next. More than likely, the large one is going to be from the Cheryl Baker, because I have so many that have asked me about how that is, how's the rendering with the one with the diamond art. I am sure that it is wonderful, but I need to start on it so I can tell you guys what I think of it. There's an Art and Soul that I have been wanting to work on, and it is a smaller one. I can't remember if it's round or square, though. I may go ahead and do that one and that will replace my calming canvas. I still need to work on my Disney stickers. I have a long way to go to get those all in my book. And the little stickers, you wouldn't think it would take very long, and it really doesn't for like one sticker, but when you have 101 on the stickers, then it can take some time to do. And unfortunately, you can't just kit up all the packs and then go for that color, because it is not the same, which to me that doesn't make any sense. When they did this, I don't understand why they didn't go ahead and make all of the DMC colors the same symbol for all of the stickers. And so that way you could just go in and open all the stickers up. That would have been so much easier for me anyway, like how you would do with paint gems, where they just give you the one bag of drills and all the colors, and then you just kit that up, and then some of the canvases you use that color and some you don't, but at least they're all together. Make it so much easier. I hear Paige playing with the animals. So far, we have not had a cat and a dog fight yet, which I am really thankful for that. Let's see, what color am I going for next? The bad part about this is that with this canvas, with the pink, it's not different pinks. You can't really tell when I'm looking at this. It's like, okay, are these all the same symbols? Is this a different pink? There are some that's a little bit darker, so that does help. But the drills are really good quality. I definitely need to get some more putty. Let me do that really quick. It won't take just a second. Just hoping I would not have to do that, but... And I just put my pen into the putty, and then from there, I just spread it out with my fingers. A lot of people will use tweezers. I just spread it out with my fingers. It's all good. I don't care so much. It's not messy or anything. It works for me. Let's see. We have to take our cat to get her shot soon. I think she's due on the 24th of this month. And we have to, unfortunately, and I hate it, but we have to give her gabapentin because she gets so anxious and she gets downright mean. And she even gets upset with us. So it's not just the vet and the vet techs. Oh no, it's anybody. Anybody that gets in her way, her line of vision when she has to go to the vet, you are fair game, and watch out because she is not happy. So we'll have to give her 2 doses of gabapentin so she will be nice and relaxed, and we will go ahead and have her claws clipped when we take her to the vet because she'll be so relaxed she won't care. She needs to be groomed, and that's definitely going to have to be a gabapentin day because she won't even let us brush her, much less someone get a comb to her or try to actually cut some of her hair. Her hair is so thick. She has layers and layers of hair. And I feel so guilty whenever we have to give her gabapentin because it makes her just like she is just really loopy. She doesn't know what she's doing. Her heart started beating really fast the first time we did it, and that scared me. And if something happened to her because we had to give her gabapentin, I don't think either one of us would ever be able to forgive ourselves. My husband won't admit it, but he would be an absolute basket case if something happened to her. I know I would. It's just one of those things. She is not the friendliest cat in the world, and if she doesn't want you touching her or you messing around with her, she will let you know. She takes no crap from anybody, which I guess is good, but she will come up to us when she wants to be petted. My husband picks her up and she just kind of meows and makes this awful noise, moaning noise, and he just laughs at her. I don't do that. Like, I'm not going to do that. I value all my body parts. And she's never bit us, but when she gets upset, she doesn't know any better. Let's see. I'm trying to finish up this one symbol. Let's see. Here we go. To me, it's a pi symbol, like math. There we go. And this one I would like to multi-place, but the way that I am angled, so I don't get my face or my forehead into the vision of the camera, I'm having to really work at a weird angle, so I can't tell on some of these symbols how many I have. It's like this is the same as the one next to it. This one's a pi symbol, the next one's a dollar sign, so it's kind of hard to tell. And that's what I think was slowing me down, the hair too. And I've been working on this one for so long, I am starting to get to the point of I'm done. I need to be done. Even though I love this one, no complaints about it. It is just me, because I worked on this at the event or the retreat, and then I stopped working on it for a while, was working on something else, and now I've come back to it, and it's like, man, this has been a long time. I have decided after half a year, I do not like my log book for diamond painting. Last year I did it in a happy planner and I printed out the pages. It was just your typical 8.5 by 11. I had to cut off just a little bit. I have the happy planner hole punch, and so that worked out okay, but it was just too big. And so I thought, well, I can go with a mini happy planner. So I bought a couple of those on clearance, and it's worked out okay, but it's almost too small. And so then I just been putting it off. I haven't done much at all with my happy planner or my journal for my logbook. And now it's like, oh, I'm just not really crazy about this. I've been putting it off because I don't like it. I have some notes written down as like scrap notes. So I did decide to order another journal book. I need one for next year anyway, for just my daily journaling. And I thought, well, they had a sale, buy one, get one half off. And I thought that would be a perfect time for me to go ahead and get a planner or a logbook that I can actually use it as a planner to plan my diamond paintings if I want to, and then also to put all my finishes in there. So hopefully that will be in a week or so, and then I will update it. I probably will not update it and record because I'm going to go back to the beginning of the year and just change it. So that's going to take some time. Not a lot of time, because I've only completed 13 diamond paintings, which that is not very much for me. If if I want to get to my 25, I better pick up the pace somehow, some way. I don't see that happening. Lost in my putty. I do not see that happening of me picking up the pace. So I don't see me completing that goal for the year. And that's quite all right, but if I had a logbook, I could look and see, why did it take me so long? And I can see, oh yeah, you're working on 3 other ones. So I can definitely see why I need to start working on my Paint Jam minis at night instead of my calming canvas, because that sucker, it's over half full and it is really getting heavy with all the drills. And taking it outside, I'm afraid it's going to get dirty, even though it shouldn't, because we are under a screen porch. But just in case, I don't want to take that chance because it's so pretty. I don't want anything to happen to it. So I'm probably going to work on Paint Jam minis so I can at least have a finish of some sort. Let's see, I've gotten quite a bit done actually with not spending very much time on this. I could take this outside and work on it at night, but for some reason I don't do as well using an easel that's outside on my lap when I am working on squares. Even though this is a smaller painting, I still do not do very well with squares, but the Paint Jam minis are squares, but they're so small that I think that's why that I do okay with it, as opposed to anything else is large compared to a Paint Jam. I think I may have gotten all of these. I'm sure I'll find 1 or 2 at least that I missed. I always do. And then I get so mad. It's like, how could you have missed that whole section? There's some more here. There's a bunch of them down through there. I just think I need a finish. I think that's part of my problem. I've been working on so many lately. I don't have a finish. I need to see some progress. Alrighty, let's see. How long have I been talking? Okay, we are almost actually at the 1 hour mark. I'm really surprised. It's gone by really fast. I didn't think I would be able to talk that long. Although I do have to take some out where I was talking to Paige and I was talking to the dog. So it'll probably be close to an hour once I do all my editing and everything. But as far as diamond painting, I am still continuing on this one. I am continuing working on my cross-stitch conversion. I have started on my Cheryl Baker for the event. And that one is the 4 Crows of the Apocalypse. And that is by, or from Craftably. And sadly, Craftably is closed, so you cannot order from Craftably. But the canvas that I am working on, I have seen it in D-Stashes. I've seen it through another company that also sells the same painting. And there are several people in the event that are doing the same painting, and so it's going to be fun to be able to compare mine against theirs, just to see what their rendering is like. If the rendering is the same, how different is it? I think that's going to be a lot of fun. But I haven't gotten very far. I've gotten almost 1 row left, or 1 row completed. wish I had one row left. I have one row completed. So I'm getting there, but that one's pretty slow. And then I'm working on my Enablers Outpost Dragon Seasons. I stopped in August. I'm going to pick that back up in September, but I wanted to take a little break on that one and start working on the fall come September the 1st. But maybe I can get some of this other out of the way by not having to focus on that huge painting. Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope that you got something done if you wanted to. If you have not subscribed, I would love to have you. All you have to do is click on that subscribe button. It is free. Make sure you do click on the notification bell. And if you like this video, please click on the like button. That definitely helps me. And I work really hard on my videos, and so I would like for my videos to get distributed. And just clicking on the like button definitely helps with that. Until next time, happy diamond painting. Bye.